Hi everybody. For those of you who might not remember me, I'm Morah and I'm happy to be here today with you. Today we're going to do a math lesson. Last week Morah Penina introduced some shapes to you. Today we're going to review those shapes and we're going to continue exploring the shapes in our lives. So I'd like to start by reviewing the shapes that Morah Penina taught you last week. The first shape she taught you is a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. The next shape she taught you is the square. A square has 4 equal sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next shape she taught you about is a rectangle. A rectangle also has 4 sides, but usually 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Let's count the sides of the rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides just like the square. But remember, the square has 4 equal sides. The rectangle has 2 long and 2 short. And I want to show you something else. A rectangle can also look like this, with the long sides going down and the short sides going across. So just know a rectangle can look like this, and it can look like this. Next is a pentagon. I know that was a new shape for you last week, and sometimes it's a little hard for us to remember, but I want to remind you that a pentagon has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next shape is a circle. A circle is round. It does not have any sides. It is round. Next is a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And remember, a hexagon can also look like this or appear like this. Shapes can sometimes appear in different formats to us, upside down, across, but remember, we have to count the number of sides to determine what shape it is. Okay, so I want to start. Today we're going to do 3 things. We're going to talk about where we can find shapes in our everyday lives. We're going to differentiate between shapes and groups. We're going to put shapes together to form a new shape. And we're going to count the sides of shapes. So I want to open my math book. And I want to show you a picture. What shapes do you see in this picture? Take a few minutes. I see a triangle by the roof. I see a round window. What shapes are the bricks in the roof? Can you see? The bricks in the roof are rectangles. Speaking of rectangles, here's a window that's the shape of a rectangle and a door that's the shape of a rectangle. This window is if you said square, you're correct. What other shapes do you see? What about the tires on the bicycle? They're circles. What about the stop sign? The stop sign, which is a familiar sight to all of us, the stop sign is a hexagon. Let's count its sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What other shapes do you see? What about this sign? This sign is a rectangle, and the 2 legs that it has are also rectangles. The toolbox is a rectangle. Lots and lots and lots of different shapes. I bet if you look around your room right now, you will see different shapes in your room. What shape is the table that you're sitting at? What shape is your bed? What shape is the cabinet door in your kitchen? What shape is your refrigerator? Do you have a clock anywhere in your house? What shape is your clock? What shape is the phone that you might be looking at now? Think about it. We find shapes everywhere in our lives. And now Morah Ann wants to read you a book that talks just about that. It's called Morah, Morah, What Do You See? And it's a book about the shapes in our lives. And it was written, the author is me, Morah Ann. And there's no illustrator because I used actual pictures. So let's start. Morah, Morah, what do you see? I see one circle looking at me. Which of these items is a circle? If you said the clock, you're correct. The clock. Morah, Morah, what do you see? I see two squares looking at me. Which of these two items are squares? Remember, a square has 4 equal sides. If you said the cracker and the window, you're correct. What do you notice about the window? Besides being the shape of a square, inside the window, we have 4 other squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, those of you who thought the envelope might be a square, the envelope is a rectangle because 2 sides are long and 2 sides are short. Morah, Morah, what do you see? I see 3 triangles looking at me. Here is a pizza slice, a yield sign, and a triangle, the instrument triangle. This one gets a little harder. Morah, Morah, what do you see? I see 4 rectangles looking at me. Now remember, Morah told you to look for rectangles that are situated different directions. Sometimes the long sides go up and down. Sometimes they go across. So which 4 of these items are rectangles? The dollar bill is a rectangle. The ruler is a rectangle. The American flag is a rectangle. And the phone is a rectangle. This is a triangle, but it looks yummy. Morah, Morah, what do you see? I see a pentagon and a hexagon looking at me. This button is a pentagon. This stop sign is a hexagon. Now I have a question for you. Down here I have a soccer ball. Can you find the pentagon in the soccer ball? Did you know that there's a pentagon inside every soccer ball? If you have a soccer ball in your house, go take a look at it and you're going to see it. Morah, Morah, what do you see? I see a world full of shapes looking at me. Good job, everybody. I want to do something that's in the book now. Since we don't have our books at home, we're going to do it together here. Circle the shapes that are the same in every row. So the first one, they did it for us. We have a circle, a triangle, and a triangle. They circled the 2 triangles. Those are the 2 that are the same. Let's look at line number 2. We have a button, a kite, and a wheel. Which 2 are the same? Remember, we're circling according to the shapes. Which 2 are the same? If you said the button and the wheel, you are correct. Let's look at number 3. We have a picture frame, a card, and a coin. Which 2 shapes are the same? If you said the picture frame and the card, you are correct. They are both rectangles. Okay, even though the rectangles are facing different ways, they both have 4 sides, 2 long and 2 short. Let's do a few more examples. Number 4. Which two pictures are the same shape? We're on this line over here. If you said this one, the checkerboard and the window, you are correct. Number 5. Which two shapes are the same? If you said this hexagon and this hexagon, you are correct. Excellent. Okay. Now in this one, we are going to circle the pictures that have triangles. Is this sandwich in the shape of a triangle? If you said yes, you're correct. Is the button the shape of a triangle? No, it is not. Is this sign the shape of a triangle? It's a traffic sign. If you said yes, you're correct. Is this loaf of bread the shape of a triangle? No, it is not. Is the box the shape of a triangle? Nope, it is not. Is this math book the shape of a triangle? No, it is not. What about this pennant? All these pennants hanging. This whole sign, each pennant is definitely the shape of a triangle. So if you said yes to this one, you're correct. Okay. I want to show you something else that I don't know if you ever thought about. Sometimes if we take two shapes and put them together, we can make a brand new shape. I have two triangles here. If I put the triangles together, what shape do I have? I made a square. Two triangles put together will make a square. Isn't that cool? You can try it at home after we're done. I have two rectangles. If I put two rectangles together, what shape do I make? I also make a square. Isn't that cool? If you have blocks at home, the way that we have blocks in school, you can experiment with this. You can take your two triangular blocks and put them together to make a square. If you have magnet tiles, you can work with it. Put two of them together, two shapes together to make a new shape. Okay, you can cut out paper and you can try this at home also. Okay, I want to try something else right now. I want us to count the sides of shapes and add them together. So I'm going to hang up a new sign. One second. Cover these shapes. Over here, I have a rectangle. Let's count the sides of a rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 sides to the rectangle. Again, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides to this rectangle. So if I have 4 sides here and 4 sides here, we're going to use the number line to figure out how many sides we have all together. So here's 4, and I'm going to count 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I land on the number 8. All together, we have 8 sides over here. Okay? Now, if you don't have a number line at home, you could make a number line, or you can also use different manipulatives. You could use paper clips to count. You could use coins to count to represent the sides. Let's do the next one. A pentagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. I'm going to make a 5 under here. And I'm adding another pentagon that also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Let's use our number line to count how many sides we have all together. Here's 5. The first pentagon has 5 sides. We need to count 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number did I land on? The number 10. These two pentagons together have 10 sides. Okay. Now, we're going to do a problem that has two different shapes. You ready? Here's my triangle. 1, 2, 3 sides. I'm going to write a 3 over here. And a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. Let's count how many that makes all together. We're starting with 3, and we're going to count 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. All together we have 7. We landed on 7. I want you to try that now. If you have two squares, one square has 4 sides, the next square has 4 sides. Can you try and count the sides all together? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get 8? If you got 8, you are correct. Okay. That was great adding, by the way. You're going to have more addition to do when you do your workbook. Okay. I want to show you another thing that I did over here. I am using one big shape to make little shapes. I took a triangle, and again, this is something you can do at home. I took a triangle, and I drew little triangles in here. Look, all little triangles. Should we try and count the number of triangles we see in here? We see one big one over here that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I see at least 14, but there are definitely more because this makes a triangle. This is so much fun to do. I want you to try and do that afterwards. Take a piece of paper, draw a very big triangle, and put little triangles inside. And then I want you to take a picture of it or have mommy take a picture of it and send it to your Morah. Okay? So now you're going to have homework after this lesson. Remember Math Book 4 that you did last week? Last week, Morah Panina told you to do 3 pages, the first 3 pages. Today, you're going to do the next few pages until you get to solid shapes. So it's going to include counting sides like we did, finding shapes, counting the number of circles you'll see. You'll see Mommy has the math book, and if you have any questions about it, you can ask your Morah, you can text me, you can text your Morah. You're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And don't forget to look for shapes everywhere you see. You could look out the window and see what shapes you see, because shapes are a very, very, very big part of our lives. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. And it was really nice working with you. And next week, Morah Mindy is going to be teaching you about 3D shapes and what you can do with 3D shapes. Okay? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.